from 2 years of this campaign that I read through, today. Anyways, welcome. We want to introduce Eric as a new player for the Chaos Chronicles, and Crit Roll. I want to thank them for fucking creating these sweet background tracks and letting all of us use this. It is perfect. So, as you close your eyes before your last long rest, and sleep starts to take you, knowing that the next day you have to speak with Leonard, and head out on this next part of your journey. Something that, well, you probably understand that it needs to happen. It's not the way you guys usually like to do your business. Let's talk about how we got there. About 2 years ago, a group of adventurers showed up into the Jagged Clover, up-and-coming tavern near the Castle District. One by one, you filtered in. Greybor pulled you into a room, and Leonard asked you to help him deliver a product because his dude fucked it up. His dude named Soren. So our story began with Soren fucking up a job and you guys having to clean up after. Over the years, you planned multiple heists, taking down important minerals and magic items from a ship, to finding a secret mansion that was locked away and lost and looted point for centuries and centuries. You helped a potion dealer discover what was happening with his ingredients. You created a legit guild, a tavern with regular patrons. And then you took that to the next level, making a bear fighting pit underneath said tavern. And about a couple weeks ago, you obtained another building that I don't know what you're going to use it with, but you guys got magic. You can communicate and relay what you want done to that over your journey. And that's all good. But one day, a tan-skinned humanoid entered your bar and made a deal with you to find a box that was stolen from his family. He gave you some rough ideas, and you guys went to check it out, because that's what you guys do. After seeing the building, and the lack of security, Nevish and Cornelius, your smooth-talking bard, tried to play a skit, right? You did this whole thing. You rushed the job. You got it done, but the heat was on you. That brings you to a couple weeks after that, where you had a visit from the prince, informing you that he believes it was you. He knows that it was you, and he kind of insinuated that he knows that you guys do your thing, but he also knows that an underground is important to a city. You need to have that contrast. You need to have it to provide jobs for the guard, or anyways. He gave you a pretty yes.
Any idea what session this is?
Oh God, no! I lost count of that book.
I all right. Because I can dig through my notes with it in place forever. So, all right.
So
question mark.
You got a carriage, some horses, and he gave you a job to do. Loose time frame, but still important. So you guys knew you had to get out of the city. The next day, you talked to Leonard. You had Soren on your floor, overdosed on Soon. That was a problem for you. You went to Leonard. What did you guys end up doing with Soren? I know that I have in my notes. You do nothing. You take him to a person named Caius in one of the monasteries in a town called Caraphos. Leave him at the docks. I don't know who said that, but and I'm not talking to the doctor. You guys were insinuating putting him on a fucking ship and sending him off to wherever. And I don't know, possibly taking him with you, but I think that was probably the least likely option.
So I gotta say, this is the part that was fuzzy for me. As I recall, this is my best friend, but he stole my stash.
He tried to steal your stash. He couldn't find your stash.
Oh, but he went through. Okay,
yeah.
So he didn't get it, but then he got his hands on some dirty shit, and then he OD'd on it. And all right, as I recall, I think I was still just really pissed off that he would even try to steal my stash.
And
but then I do not recall what we were gonna do with him.
And when you were talking to Leonard about this, he also said that there was a group in Breton that is south of the Lake of Life, past Caraphas on your way to Bannockburn. His contacts said that there's a shady group running bad shit out of there, and they tried to hire the Shadi to transport some stuff, and he said, I don't deal with, that kind of bad drug, laced shit. So, any preference what you want to do with Soren, or do you just not want to worry about
him? I think Grebo was more leaning towards we can drop him off at Carthage somewhere.
From a really, really fourth wall meta point of view, Soren has to live for a campaign that will happen 10 years from now. So, I don't know. Carafas seems like a good place. They got smart people, healers.
Well, yeah, from what you know, you guys don't know a lot of the outside world. So
well, that's true. I don't know. Well, Greybor might. Greybor's the smart.
The last time Greybor was out there was when he's traveling from his Hobgoblin Forest with Leonard to here. And that's going back at least 20, 30 years.
We only know about Tom Mellington.
Familiar.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. All right. That's fine, though.
So, Carafas, you're taking him. So he's going to be with you in the carriage until you get to Carafas.
Yes.
All right. So, I think that's... Did I miss anything? That's
Remind
it,
me
right?
again, Carropass is just to the south and east of Dalmallington.
Yeah, it's a little
It's
southeast.
it's not too far away.
I think it's like a cafe.
No. So back when we were running this last time, I was doing wrong measurements. It's probably a week.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I want Ortolan to feel bigger, so
Oh, that's
yeah.
fine. I totally get that. And the best way we can do it is retcon scale.
Right.
The map's still accurate, but the scale is bigger. I like that.
So,
all right.
who's gonna drive the carriage? There's room for 2 people on the front carriage, and the carriage can hold probably 4 people, very comfortably inside. It's nice.
One's got to be Soren, or not Soren, Soren, right?
Yeah, Soren would probably
Yeah.
be in. I don't.
Could I be back with Soren? I'm assuming Greybor, are you driving?
I'll drive.
Jackson?
I'll sit up front. I'll ride shotgun with Greybor, but I'm just gonna be like telling stories and singing, whistling.
All right.
Really even paying attention.
So, as you guys finish your conversation and get your rest, you pack up in the morning and you head out through the northeast gate of Dalmallington. 40-foot arch gate with 2 massive towers and the brick wall, the whole huge kind of visage, intimidating. And you cross past that comfy confines, and you're met with this wide, kind of muddy cobblestone, windy road that leads up like a slight hill. This part of the Outers is known as East Dal. Over the next 4 or 5 hours, you manage to make it through up to the top, and you can look back and you can just see a couple airships coming in, or one coming in and another one leaving. Maybe a couple of ships at the very end of your eyesight. Chimneys, the smokestacks coming up, and you turn around as you crest the hill, and just woods, fields, nature, and a lake way off in the distance. Anything you guys want to do while you are on the road right now? Nothing?
Really? Just the usual fucking small talk with Daxton.
Yeah. I'll be talking Greybor up about our latest investment, the Krusty Crumb. If you recall, we started a bakery before we left, and to help feed the urchins of Dalmallington. And
Which in turn help feed our information line.
that's right. So, but I'm not even going to be concerned about the information now. I'm going to be talking to Greybor about, they're when I come from, they have these excellent pastries. They got little swirls in them and seeds, and you really gotta, I'm just gonna talk up different ideas for different things that we could ask the baker to make. And I'm not even paying attention to the road. I'm just lost in conversation, watching clouds.
The Grey was going to be the opposite. He's going to be pay attention to the road, and Grey was just going to be like, yep. Mm-hmm.
Give me a perception check, please. At one point when you're doing this, Daxton, you hear Regents in the car. Keep it going. I'm writing them down. This sounds good. Yeah. Yeah, I like it. Hey, that one we could do a little differently.
I gotta say, that's a pretty damn good Regis.
Yep.
But 16.
Yep.
As you move away, right? We'll say by the end of day one, you're probably with your carriage. It is a little crowded. This is more like a heavy intersection going into a large city, right? So you can't go full. You can't push too fast. It's kind of at the pace of the person in front of you. The people coming in, they don't look that happy. And as you get further and further away, it's not that it's huge, but just kind of unpleasant, there's less people that, like, when you make eye contact and kind of nod and do that gentleman's thing or, maybe wave, it's not as accepted. But at the end of the first day, you find a spot to pull off. You can camp. This road is guarded, patrolled by the King's Guard, so there's really no reason to pull, like, shifts or anything. You set up, your little spot. You can have a campfire, cook some food, and get on with your day. The next day, you wake up, you set out. Someone roll me a d20, please. Anyone?
Nominate Eric.
6.
6? Okay. Still crowded. Still slower than you wish you were going. About 5, 6 in evening, the sun's starting to crest to rise your back, sending yellow, orange, and red rays across. You can start to see probably half a mile in front of you these 3 large trees that shoot out, and a small, I don't want to say village, but more like a settlement. You know this as the 3 Tree Junction, one of the main crossroads that sends you either south, north, or east. 15 minutes later, pull in, you see a couple one-story cottages with straw roofs, thatch, a little creek running through it with a bridge. And as you approach, everybody give me just a perception check.
Okay. Grable rolled a 24.
24?
What is your modifier?
Just 5.
16.
I rolled a 19.
20 here.
Guys start to coast in the outskirts of this village. You can see small, little, merchant stands. Not actually selling in the buildings, but there's little wood stands all over with fruits, meat, fish. There's a blacksmith that you can see, a forge with a huge chimney, a smoke coming out of it. Start rolling in. You see a guard tower off to the right on the other side. Stay about 30 feet up, but no one's in the tower. Probably 20 or 30 people walking around on the streets, minding their own business. And as you pull in towards the center of this crossroads, this junction, hold on one second. Let me check one thing. You, what would you like to do as you enter this? Are you gonna stay a night? Are you looking to pass through and push on? This is just one of the towns, and we haven't really done a lot of towns in this side, so I wanted to give you the option.
What was the name of this place again?
It is known as the Three Trees Junction.
Three Trees Junction.
And you see like three 60 or 70 foot tall trees. And you can see the path as you get close to the bridge, kind of like wise off. And one tree's on that side, one tree's that leads to a path that you can assume goes south. And the other tree is on the side that leads to Belmillington.
What's the black market like here?
It's a popular trading post. So
Nice.
I don't want to I'm not going to handcuff you guys. You're a group of fucking thieves, right? So you would know of this as.
Look, I'm not looking for human trafficking.
Roll me an intelligence check. History.
You say so. Oh, actually, shit. Mother effer. Prepare yourselves for this one.
Oh,
Fuck me. 28.
What?
28. I have expertise in history for some reason.
That seems like a good choice.
The dice don't go that high.
As you like slow the carriage down, Greyboar and Daxton is starting to talk about what you want to do. Do you want to stay here or you want to push through? Soren kind of wakes up and rubs his eyes. Oh, where are we?
Is he bound?
We're in the sticks.
I don't know.
We're surrounded by
Is he bound?
hillbillies.
I kind of just want to knock him out again.
I think we might have bound him because it just makes sense to.
He goes to like look out the window. He's like, he looks at Nevish, and he goes, "I know a drop here. You remember? You remember I told you this is one of my places to drop." And Regents comes over, just flap, smacks him across the head with a wooden spoon. And he like spins.
I was about to.
He spins
I tried.
like unconscious.
See how cold?
Yeah.
I try to read his. I try to read his mind, anyways.
With a 28, I'm going to say you do remember him talking about this drop. You're not familiar. You'd have to walk around and, put the pieces together. But
That's all right. That's kind of my thing.
as that happens, the carriage comes to a stop. Greyboar and Daxton, off to the right side. Or, no, this would be the left. There's two buildings. You start to hear, like, angry shouting, and it almost like a cry for help, but not like help, but more like, get off! Come on! You turn around and you see a guy just club a dude across the face. He spins around, lays on the ground. You see two more come up, kind of pin his arms up against the lower part of the building, kind of almost like folding them at a 90-degree angle. And this big dude comes up and looks at him. Where is it? Smack! You see him just kind of like push his face, punch him right across. Rolling over. What would you guys, if anything, like to do while you notice this?
Can I
do you
assist
know
ya, or am I in the wagon?
you're in the wagon? So
Is it a covered wagon?
Mm-hmm.
These guys are just gonna grab a beer and watch, right?
This is like our kind of town.
so first things first. Is there any like markings or have any kind of symbol on them to show they're part of any group?
What's your passive?
20.
20? Yeah. A faction. One that you're not familiar. You know how you hear things and you think you remember them because you've heard them from places, but you haven't actually like seen it with your real eyes? That's kind of like this. You probably heard something about these guys from your group that went north, transporting one of Leonard's product shipments. But not good. Bullies.
Basically, a like a wannabe gang that's trying to make a place for themselves.
As far as you know, like I said, you're not familiar, but that's kind of the way it was put in front of you.
So how far away are they?
About from here, I can tell you, about 25 feet. You see, like,
Are they all in like a 10-foot
yeah,
group?
yep.
I'm going to kind of nudge to action. Watch this. And I'm going to cast Grease right where they all are.
Okay.
They all need to make a dex save of 18, otherwise we all go prone.
5 on the die, 11 on the die, and 8 on the die. I'm gonna say these guys. How do you want to explain what happened?
What's it? Which sword of my casting? This is my artificial sword, so be like it look like a small jar of something. I'll click it to one of my fucking crossbows or something. I'll shoot it up and it kind of arcs, lands, and it expands a lot further than you think it does, considering how small the jar of grease is.
And it breaks open and coats the ground. One guy goes to smash the guy across the face, slips up and hits the stone building. Ah! And goes to like maneuver around and slips, falls right back on his back. And the other two try to scatter and just fall. They're falling, trying to get out. That's difficult terrain, right? They're prone. And it's all right.
Grease appears each creature standing in the area must succeed on dex saving throw. Yes, and it turns into difficult terrain.
All
And-
right.
And Daxton, on seeing this, goes ahead and casts prestidigitation on the main guy and soils his pants. I want slightly. Nobody knows that I'm doing it. Just a little.
And this is why we're known as the Chaos Chronicles.
You're probably just doubling down there. You're probably just doubling down. There might already be some spoiling going on.
So Nevish, what you see is you Soren gives you this information and you recall it. You remember that conversation you had, and you like go to the window and pull the curtain back, and you see a glass of oil float through the air and smash, spreading around, with Daxton and Grey Boar stopping the cart, and these three guys that are currently just socking and mugging, like trying to get in this guy's pockets, like rob him. Well, is there anything you would like to do before we go into? I'm going to say this.
Yeah, I think I probably ought to do something.
Gee, why is my camera gun red?
I mean, they're all greased up. Let's do.
They are all prone, and yeah.
All right. Well, if they're prone, that's about as good as I can do, right? So I'm gonna do a nice deep detect thoughts. Where the fuck is it? Oh, there it is. Using my earworm.
Okay.
Which guy are you doing it on? The 3 bullies or the guy that's being beat up?
I'm going for the guy that's being beat up. And
Okay.
I want to get some surface stuff, but I'll tell you once I get it. Oh, first of all,
Is that a save?
yeah, that's a wisdom.
Wisdom save.
18.
Wisdom save. Eric.
Yeah, wisdom save.
Definitely do not make that. I roll a 3 on die.
All right.
Oh,
So
he's the
service
guy.
thoughts.
Okay.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't make you poop your pants.
So,
I thought you
You made the guy that's getting mugged.
You soiled my.
Oh no, I meant the main. I meant the main antagonist. But if we want to play
I thought you were, like just making a bad situation worse.
no, the guy swinging the club at your head. No, I did not want.
You're awful. What
I
the
don't want to make the guy get beat up like so. I don't
guy
know.
when he's down?
Daxton, he's always willing to punch down.
Okay. Hey, Jeff, I'm just going to DM you my surface thoughts.
Perfect. Chances are I will go deeper if I'm looking to find out why these guys are mad at you and what exactly they're looking for.
Down, way down.
Roll for initiative. Mm-mm. Probably don't.
I have advantage on this.
The die on D&D just was teetering on 1 and 19, and it just went to 19. So 25 for me, Andy.
Holy.
I rolled a 10.
Right.
That was with advantage.
Daxton.
9 here.
Alright, so.
I almost want these guys to roll high. I don't like just unsheath my steel.
It's all right. It works best if I go last.
Alright, I'm gonna roll for these. So we have 14. Woo!
You got to wait until the muscle gets up in front before you start doing anything.
4. Alright. Eric. I'm sorry. How do you say your name?
Yo.
Dio? What was your initiative roll?
I didn't actually roll initiative yet. What am I doing?
And hold
That's an 18.
So this is kind of I want to do this. So Daxton's here. Nevish is in the cart. Regents I'm not gonna put out. Great Lord is here. You see this dude, and this dude. Prone. Here, I'm gonna just go ahead and give you guys a little bit of a look at the 3 trees junction.
Fuck, dude.
As usual, outdoing yourself.
So,
You just press through and not stop here, guys.
Guys, let's get out of here.
when Eric and I were talking today, I'm like, listen, I know the guys, and there's a slim chance that they just might fuck off this and appreciate it.
The great part is I have a backup for the backup.
So, what we're seeing now is over here. this is the alleyway where you see the guy pinned. These three ruffians are prone. One pants is soiled. I will have a new carriage that fits all of your minis printed for next time. I promise. Greyboar is here, and Little Daxton is right there. Top of the round, Daxton. Or actually, wait. I still need a TO's initiative. What was it?
I would have, hey, Andy, I would have had to close to 10 feet to use prestidigitation.
Okay, well, it's easy enough for you to hop down. Like, as you jump, you see a woman carrying a basket, like, kind of rushing away from this scene. You hop down over her and soil the guy's pants. Teal, what was your initiative? I think he's frozen. That's all right.
18.
18? Oh, there we go. So we have 2 and 3. Top of the round, Daxton, you are up.
Okay, so I am going to walk towards the men. First, I look over quick. What's the woman have in her basket?
Bread, and it smells fresh.
So I'd like to just swipe a piece of bread and throw her a wink, and like walk over towards the guys, and I'm going to hold my attack, but I'm going to basically just like unsheath my rapier, like a few inches, and just say to them, "Be like, are we going to have a problem here? You gentlemen should just run off, please. Piss off, and we do not wish to draw this steel here and spill your guts in front of all the fine folk. Now piss off." And I'll take a bite of my roll, and I'll use my bonus action to use my defensive rune. Actually, I'm going to use my bonus action to click my Boots of Haste.
And roll me an intimidation check. Greyboar, what was the size of Greece?
10 feet.
10? All right.
10 feet square.
14, which is really terrible because I have a plus 11 modifier for limit intimidation.
Daxton, you're going to walk over close to them?
Yeah, I walk right up to them.
Okay.
I'm not afraid of these guys.
All right. And you have your Boots of Haste activated.
Yep, and I'm holding an attack action. If they come at me, that's gonna trigger my attack. And it's only one attack, I think.
All right.
Only one attack if you.
Yeah.
As a.
We'll find out how tough these guys are. I may regret it, but probably not.
Anything else? That's it.
That's it.
Not the main dude, but one of the other two. He's up next. He rolled really fucking high. He is going to see Greyboar on the fucking carriage, and he is going to crawl out of the grease, slipping a couple times, like smacking his nose like on a cobblestone, or very comical, and it hurts actually, because I always he takes 4 points of damage. I'm gonna say because I like that. And he's gonna try to like disengage from the situation. Fuck. Yeah, that's what he's gonna do. Is that okay? Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Atio, you're up next.
So, I go, full fetal position. So I recognize that I'm in the grease. I have this spell, so I also know how ineffective I'm going to be at getting out of it. So I'm literally going to hope that he just doesn't decide to whack me upside the head again with a club while I'm lying prone here.
All right. Anything you want to hold? Anything or?
So, yeah, if one of the other guys comes at me again, I am going to ready my reaction to cast Thunder Wave.
All right.
I kind of figure Thunder Wave plus Grease equals hijinks, right?
So holding Thunder Wave.
Those rolls are flying.
All right.
Peasant with a basket of bread.
That's
I
it.
wonder, could you use Thunderwave to push yourself out?
I thought about that, but I'm like, no, I kind of am the center of it, so I don't think that's really.
There's no mechanical precedence for it.
Right.
There's a physics.
Right there. You use Thunder Wave while you're laying down in grease. You get double movement until you're out of the grease, and then it's like an acrobatics check to see if you can, pull it off. In my mind.
Right, I'm sure that'll go well.
All right. If that is the end of your turn, the next person up is the guy that was hitting you in the face. He is on the edge of the grease, so he is going to use half of his movement to stand up. He's gonna take his fucking heavy gloved, with some. I'm sure he's got rings or something in there that actually hurt when he hits faces.
He's gonna assess this.
He's gonna pull up his arm like he's gonna reach out towards you, and he's gonna look over and see Daxton with his sword ready in a fighting stance that he would know is like this guy knows what he's fucking doing, right? This is he realizes Daxton's not some schmo, and he's gonna start booking it away, and he's gonna look at all of you and say, none of you are worth this, and just step away. But he used half of his movement to get up, and he can only use half of his movement to get out of the grease, so he tries to be cool, but he's only like 5 feet away from you.
As he goes to step out, he just look a little slip.
Does he have to roll again? Every turn?
No, I think it's only I think that was start of the turn, actually.
Alright.
When it appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed in a saving throw or fall prone. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn in the area. No, it's only if he starts in it or ends its turn.
No, he stood up and he used half of his movement to get outside of it. That brings us to Greybor, then Nevish.
Yeah. I'm just gonna casually put the reins down, hook them onto the cart or whatever. I'll jump off the cart and move over next to Daxton.
You see,
I'm kind of gonna just gonna look over this guy. I'd run if I was you. As I just kind of reach out and I summon one of my warhammers from the cart. Because I, as Eldritch Knight, can just summon more weapons.
Is that an action or is it a free action?
It's a bonus action.
Oh, this action?
Eldritch
Okay.
Knight, that's a bonus action.
You summon one of your weapons. So this is like, they're not getting away because of this grease and being prone and everything, but you notice this isn't going like it was supposed to go. Like, there is that natural flight instinct in their eyes. They know they're probably overmatched. Anything you want to do, though? You're just gonna say that?
That's my action. That's my bonus action, actually.
Roll me an intimidation check if you're just going to for the same kind of feel.
Yeah. I rolled a straight 10.
All right.
Let's see if I've got anything. I do not.
Alrighty. That brings us to Nevish.
So there were 3 bullies.
Yep. One is just outside the main guy that was hitting the dude up against the walls here. Another guy is prone, crawling away right here, and the third guy is kind of pinned by Graybor and Daxton, and they are just intimidating it to death.
I mean, I suppose they're all within 90 feet.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Tasha's Mind Whip at 4th level. Just for the bullies.
Okay.
Is
that something that you can pick your targets?
That's correct.
All right. So you can pick 3 targets because you're doing level 4.
For level 4, I should be able to get 3 targets.
Perfect. And you said intelligence?
And that's an intelligence save, so good luck.
Actually, the first guy rolls a 19, so that's an 18.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Second guy rolls a 19, so that's an 18.
Fuck him as well.
Third guy rolls a 19, so that's an 18. 3 19s.
You're worried about the drop.
I'm gonna get back into the carriage.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even think you got out. I think you opened a curtain and said your incantation, then you frustrated. You slam the curtain tight, look over at Soren, and be like, "Man, I really need to know where that drop is." Right? Like he's knocked out.
One thing to know about spell: if they do succeed, we'll take half damage.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. So, let's 3d6 this shit.
Ooh.
Oh, looking hot. That's a 14 halved to 7.
7.
But that's a 4 and 2 5s. So pretty decent for some 3d6.
That's psychic damage. Bullets.
Take that psychic, damn it.
You see this guy right here? Not completely pass out, but his ears start bleeding. Like his eyes start bleeding. That he took 4 damage from the fall, and another 7 from that. And, I mean, he's still alive, but yeah, you actually see it from him. The other guys are just shouting like someone's in their fucking mind, right?
Yes. But also, let's just go back and say that was 3 incredible saves.
Yep.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
fuck you firmly, because the best part about this spell is not the 3d6 damage I get to throw. So,
Guess
Say-
that gone. Yeah.
yeah.
Narratively, that was
Thanks.
great.
It was amazing.
Good shit.
Anything else?
Um,
Can you pry deeper as a bonus action?
yeah. I think that's an action to
Okay.
pry deeper. And I'm pretty sure I have next to no bonus actions. Oh yeah. Wait. The guy that was getting his face beat in. How's he looking?
I mean, he looks beat
never
up.
mind. It's a leveled spell. I can't do it. Sorry. Better luck next time. That's my turn.
Okay. So next up is the guy.
You
Oh.
mute, Andy.
Yep, sorry. The next up is the guy that Graybor and Daxton have been just imposing their will on. He looks at you guys, like a little bit of fear in his eyes. He goes, so, let me get this straight. If I go, you won't hurt me, right? I didn't do anything. I didn't want to do this. It was a bad job, all right? I'm sorry. If I go past you, do you promise not to hurt me?
I promise I will not hurt you, but I cannot promise for him. I mean, look at him. He's
He
very
rolled
large.
a 3 on his beginning of the roll save, which means he's still prone and have movement, right? So he is gonna just low crawl while looking at you, and once he gets out of the grease, he's gonna stand up and use whatever he can to get away. Over here.
Oh, what if he had something useful on him?
That
Like
brings
dope.
us to the top of round 2. Now, at round 2, we'll say probably Nevish notices, and Atio, you notice over in this building right here, you see a couple guards come out of the building, like look around, and then they go right back in the building. Daxton, it is your turn.
Phew. I thought I was gonna have to handle them. Natasha's blanket.
Handling,
I'll just give a Nevish a look up, really.
involves bleeding out the nose and ears and probably eyes.
I'm not seeing that we're going to stay in initiative much longer. So I use my bonus action to click my boots of haste so that I don't use up the 10 minutes. I just use the 6 to 10 seconds or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And for my action, I'll toss the prone Atio a rope and say, "Here, fishy, fishy. Here, fishy, fishy. You're safe. Take my line, fishy, fishy." And just stop.
I missed you
Kieran
guys.
too. I love like the joy that Kieran gets out of some of the stuff,
Shit.
Something will bite today. I'm sure of it. It's jiggle the rope. And I think that's my turn.
Alrighty. So a hempen rope is tossed in your general direction. That brings us to it was this guy. He is gonna use half of his movement to stand up now that he's out of it. And you see him run. And use his action to run.
He's lucky he didn't get whipped.
Nevish and Greybor, roll me perception checks, please. And that brings us to Atio.
Oh, gold shitty. I got one with an 8.
So, Atio, you are up.
24.
24? Okay. Hold that.
So it's been a whole couple of seconds since a gloved mailed fist has hit me in the head or face, and so I'm going to cautiously, sort of pop my head up from the fetal position onto grease.
Actually, that's a good point. It's the start of your turn. You need to make a dexterity saving throw to see if you can you're still prone for the grease, right?
I'm not even trying to get up,
Okay.
dude. I'm just like laying like.
Yeah, as you you pop your head up, and this rope is tossed out and smashes down like kind of near you, throwing some of the grease on your coat, and you can see the halfling holding on to the other end. Same here, fishy, fishy.
Is this an attempt at a rescue? I wonders. I guess I'll grab onto the rope and see what kind of scaled horror I can bring to the friendly and intimidating halfling.
I'm gonna say, Todd, a strength check with advantage because he is in grease, so it's gonna be a little bit easier to pull him.
All right, that's a 25. There's a 19 on. Wait, how is that? That's a saving throw. I'm sorry. It's a 19 on die plus 1 for my strength, so it's a dirty 20.
Are you proficient in athletics? Because this would technically be athletics.
I am not. I got a plus 1 modifier for athletics. So.
But still, what'd you say? 7?
It was a dirty 20.
Dirty 20? Easy enough. You pull him, actually, as you get him moving, you start to see him he's moving faster through this, and you just step to the side right before he exits the grease square, and he spins around. Atio flips 1.5 times, and you just manage to dodge him with your halfling nimbleness.
It does not look graceful on my end.
Can I try and catch Atio as he's spiraling out of control?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Athletics are for you. Be athletics.
17.
Atio, do you want to be stopped or you want to roll?
I'm not resisting at this point.
Yep. So he doesn't.
You see the look of a man who has just sort of given up at this point and is just waiting for the thing to be over.
So I'll just kind of, as you're spinning out of control, I'll just kind of blindly grab at your robe and just pick you up. So I could be grabbing you from the rope from anywhere.
Okay. You haul me up by the scruff. I'm a man. So
walk up real quick and say, "I once caught a man this big."
So the first thing that you realize is this guy is incredibly tall and also very, very thin. Thin stick-like limbs and maybe a good 6'3", but once he's standing up, he's also very sort of hunched. He's old. And he's got pointed ears.
So, with Daxton successfully pulling him out and you grabbing him and getting him out of there, you're hunched over, you probably have him in the belt, waist, folded kind of in half. You set him down. He's taller than you, and just the grease is dripping off of his cloak like a poncho in a rainstorm when you come into your house.
Fucking gross, dude. That actually that actually kind of gives me a twinge in real life.
At that point, this guy who was out, the main guy that was mugging Atio, and you see him run around. Most of you don't recognize it, but Nevish, as you frustrated, you close the curtain and you take a second, you turn around, you prepare for your next turn, you open the curtain again, and you can see him running along the far side of the buildings, You kind of follow him, and you see both of the guys run into this building right here, and you just spot them like climbing up the stairs and going in.
Of which building? Is it the one all the way in the corner? Or...
This,
okay, that one.
This one. And there's a stairway on the back, and I'm going to say that with your very high perception roll and these very mediocre opponents, you can see them.
Perfect.
That brings us to Grey Boar's turn, then Nevish. They're all starting to flee. Actually, Grey Boar, only one of them you can see, and he's like at the edge of one of the buildings and starting to dash around the corner, running for his life. While you're holding a Tio, set him down, and he is greased.
I don't have prestidigitation, so I can't clean you up. But I can. As I'm setting you down, I'm gonna pat you on the back, and I'll give you a heal. You're only first level cure wounds, so 1d8 plus 5. And I nearly rolled max, so 12 points of hit point HP back for you.
That'll do, pig. That'll do.
Think you got yourself in some trouble here, my friend.
Yeah. Are we still in rounds here?
Well, I'm gonna let Nevish go because I don't know what Jeff is gonna do. So.
Nobody fucking knows what Jeff is gonna do.
No, does he?
Probably not Jeff himself.
We'll make it quick. It'll just be a narrative thing. I'll poke my head out and I'll scream at Greyboar. The cowards have run into that building. Let's board the doors and light it.
The cowards have run into the
Greyboar just gives a little chuck to it. As much as fun that will be, I kind of look at the building and look back at the cart. We have places to be.
Right, of course. Let's what are we doing with that guy?
And with that, here, let me change this back around here. As you say that, you see the last one of the guards, and all of you notice it now that you don't have 3 opponents in front of you and just one guard running. You can see him like run around this small hut and go to the next building, and you can actually hear him, because they are not fucking stealthy, run up some set of stairs on the building to your right, and they slam a door like teenagers. And you are now standing in the center alley of this. And do we want to do descriptions before we go to break, or do we want to freeze frame this and come back and do 5 minutes of descriptions and then role play for a bit?
I'm in favor of the latter. I think, narratively speaking, punch it right now.
Yeah,
because the description thing could slow the momentum.
Yeah.
So.
And I like that freeze frame kind of thing for the break, where you see the people that were inflicting damage on this old man run.
But before we go to break, someone has to have like a really punchy one-liner.
The elderly, sort of pale-skinned elf immediately begins patting himself down, trying to figure out like if they got anything or not. It's like, all the indignities to be waylaid in such a place. My thanks.
And as he bows to you guys, we are going to freeze frame right there and come back in 15 minutes. So, yeah. Fucking A. You know, here, I'm gonna mute this.
campaign chat, I've dropped my
Oh,
Hero Forge figure of them.
all right, and we're back. We're back. So as Attilo kind of shakes the grease off of him, adjusts himself, and thanks you in a bow for interjecting yourselves into this situation. What does he see, Graybor?
Our lovely friend here sees a 5... I can't remember, hold on. A 5-foot thick hobgoblin in full plate mail, which seems modified. He's got a big furred cloak on the back as well. He's got several piercings on his face, his eyebrows, very mean looking. He has a mohawk, which is starting to go grey, because he's getting on in his years. He's about 42 years old now. And at the moment, you only see one warhammer, one-handed warhammer with him. But yeah, that's what you see at the moment.
Nevish, I'm guessing you step out of the carriage once the threat is gone, as you probably would. You wouldn't leave the carriage while the threat was.
Yes. No. Now that it's mostly safe, Nevish steps out. You see a slender, pale-skinned humanoid. He's wearing lots of robes, but you could tell that even through them, you could just sense a sort of frailty, underfed. He has, of course, the big hood to hide his disgusting face. It's just pale and sunken in eyes. And, oh yes, I'm heavily painted. I paint my face quite regularly.
So, like, coal around the eyes, or are you going full clown?
It's, I think, more of a dark mind. Just obviously dark eyes, but then usually strips going up, like a mall ninja crow, only with more vertical striping.
Brandon Lee's sad cousin?
Yeah. You're not sure whether it's like ICP or, mall ninja.
Oh my god, are you a fucking juggalo?
I threw it out there and I immediately regretted it.
Sorry.
But,
that's he wears he has a small shield. It's actually just a buckler on his hip, and everything else is hidden amongst his robes. And, that's enough for now.
Jackson?
So, helping you at the other end of the rope, you see a decent-sized halfling at 3'9", middle-aged, impeccable appearance, facial hair, large hat with plumes coming out of it, rapier at his side, and just looking dashing and full of confidence, standing at his full 3'9" as he.
Don't forget your golden circle cloak.
Yes, a cloak. Cloak made of that looks like it's got shimmering bits of gold on it, and he just a swarthy, cocksure little guy with a sword, full of attitude.
And to you.
So, sort of looking around at the gallery of rogues, I take each of you in turn, and then after you have introduced yourselves, I bow deeply at the waist, maybe sort of serious, maybe sort of mocking, and I am Atio Shinfalardenras, at your service. And you see that I am checking what was a fairly fine set of robes, not necessarily like flashy or anything, because everything is in very muted sort of blues. The only highlights are a bit of red leather, sort of highlighting the edges. You notice that he is a elf. You don't think you've seen a elf this old. He actually has like solid wrinkles, crow's feet around his eyes, deep laugh lines around the side of his mouth. He looks like maybe suffering from alopecia, and so a shaved head is in evidence. And a very, very sharp sort of fox-like face. Very narrow, a long jawline, and a overly long aristocratic nose. He has several pouches, secreted around him in, like on his hips, on his back. There's sort of a quiver at his side with several pieces of wood poking up from it. And he's busy taking inventory as he's trying to introduce himself to you. It is most unfortunate when in a town as small and parochial as this one that one can be accosted by rogues. I thank you for your timely intervention.
You're most welcome. And Daxton takes his hat off and sweeps it in a little bow and says, "I am Daxton Moran, the greatest swordsman this side of the river. These are my associates. Greybor, you've met. Nevish, come out of the cart, and our other associates in the cart, Gradients, come out and meet our new fine fellow here, who we just saved from these ruffians we chased off. Never mind his appearance," and I cast prestidigitation to kind of clean the oil off you.
Yeah. Hey,
Or grease off you.
Hi. How's it going?
and Carver, or not Carver, Regents, can you describe yourself to this new adventurer?
Oh, yeah. So, Regents is about 5 foot, like 5'5". She's all green. She's got like long, pointy ears, and she's wearing like fairly nicely tailored clothes underneath. Like pretty simple clothes, but you can tell that they're of nice make. and definitely an apron over top of it that's just completely covered, and she's got all of her satchels and everything tied around it, and she's got one that goes across her shoulder that has just like little bottles full of things that you think are probably spices or spell components, you don't know. And she's kind of like waving this massive wooden spoon around that's kind of like glowing a little bit and has some like runes and everything engraved in.
And just a note, if that spoon gets waved anywhere near Grable, he flinches ever so slowly.
Yeah.
I
imagine
say,
they all do.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I'm gonna say, like, as she comes out of
There's some deep-seated trauma there.
the carriage, and she, like, you know, you start to see her. She brings out her spoon. The whole fucking group does at like in syncopation. That kind of reactionary, you know, blink of an eye or shrug of a shoulder, and it is with your intelligence. That is probably the first thing you've seen. These guys have magic items. This spoon, like, immediately is intriguing to you.
I would like to know what it does, but I am not that curious at this moment, seeing everybody else's reaction. Like immediately, like I start looking at the runes, but then I see everybody else flinch, and I'm like, nope, we're not going to focus on that.
A 30-second recap for this session for you, Regents. They left.
Thank you.
They left Del Mellington with your carriage that was gifted to you by the dude. You made it through the suburbs of East Dahl, and you have now journeyed about 2.5 days, and you are in a settlement. I don't want to call it a village or a town because it's more like travelers come here to rest, and there's a lot of merchants from different places. You know, fish you haven't seen, or you have, but it's like one or two. Like a lot of these items in Del Mellington would be less quantity, and now you're starting to see a little bit more of the variety of the countryside just a couple days outside of the city. Your group interjected in a mugging of this new party member, possibly, and we left off with descriptions, and that's when you joined. Atio, do you want to give Regents a little bit of what you look like, just to catch her up real quick?
Yeah. Very tall, but slightly hunched over, elderly elf. The skin has been like sort of bleached and worn thin, deep wrinkles around the eyes and laugh lines around the mouth, and he carries himself with a a sort of gravitas that was possibly undermined by both being mugged and then nearly drowned in a pool of grease, and then being fished out afterwards by these gentlemen. I am very thankful to Grebor for wringing the grease out of my robes, which would have cost a fortune to replace.
And the only other
Hey,
thing I have...
yeah, it's like really nice to meet you. Sorry, I think I dozed off a little in the back there.
You were actually... Daxton was hungry and shouting off bakery recipes that he would like to make, and you were writing them in your book in the Verdo and changing the ingredients because Daxton doesn't know how to cook, and you do. So you have like 3 or 4 different recipes that you have created over the past couple days that could have some pop. And that
Soren
brings us to Kurt.
is, back in the Vardo as well. I've been keeping an eye on him, but he's,
You knocked him unconscious with your spoon.
yeah.
And did you tie him up after that?
I didn't.
Okay. All right, we'll leave it at that. But, so...
Allow me to offer the proposition, since it seems that for whatever reason my purse is actually still intact, to offer you, gentleman and lady, a dinner. Since we are approaching an hour that would afford a meal.
Honey, I guarantee you there's nothing here as good as my cooking. How about you just take a seat back there and I'll whip something up?
No. I mean, great boy. We got.
I wouldn't argue back if I was you, and I'd start walking back to the car.
Well, that is most excellent then.
Well, we wouldn't want to, insult our guest. He's clearly trying to repay the favor, and perhaps there's something.
Well, then how about
I
you pay
provide
me
the
to
ale,
cook the
right?
meal? How's that?
I provide the ale.
There we go. It's all settled.
Okay.
Any good?
Do you like to party? Atio? Do you like to?
Do not give him anything.
What?
A couple sparks come off the spoon.
Party.
Oh,
Right.
I'm just wondering if you dabble,
I shove
I do not.
shove
dabble.
Nevish in the side with the spoon a little bit. Now,
What's that? That's a +2. Your spoon's up +2 currently, right, Regis?
We'll touch up later.
yeah, but I'm not trying to hurt him. I
It
just
doesn't matter. That's a magical
stab him a
fucking
little.
spoon. You take 2 points of damage.
Okay.
Go get that ale.
Now, everything
Oh,
else.
it's a +5.
Oh, we'll do 2. Two.
Seven.
Two's fine.
Okay.
It's okay. It's okay. I've got the. I mean, we've been well rested. We can take this.
Everything else takes a backseat. I am now fascinated with a spoon, and shit. I don't care if I get jabbed with it. I'm not gonna try and get in the way, but like I want to see what those runes are on it.
You're gonna have to get real close to my cooking pot because Regents goes over and starts stirring it.
You do have a building here that you can bring them back to with a kitchen, that you've been renting out. So, or would you rather go to a tavern? You tell me where you want to take these guys.
Oh, I thought we were just set up like a camp out the back of our.
Currently, you are here. Currently, this is where you are. Your carriage is parked in the middle of the roadway as you interjected in a mugging of Atio, and you really haven't moved since then. I'm going to say Regents is inside. Nevish did step outside, and we have Daxton and Grey Boar.
Well, that treat area looks really nice. Regents would probably just start like going over to like with all of her cookware and like her cooking pots and her spices and everything and like her mini cabinet.
Yeah.
She would definitely grab like her mini cabinet and walk over and
just start setting
and
up.
just kind of like gather some wood, some campfire wood, and then just take the spoon and just hit it so that it like sparks up in flame.
I'll leave you guys over here. Regent
Pretty sure I
goes
have
over.
a spell that can do that.
There are
Let's
3 people
bring the whole Vardo over there.
in the
We'll make
gazebo,
camp
and
over there.
as soon as you start cracking spices, they go from like where they were hanging in the gazebo to like up against the side that's closest to you, just kind of watching a creature they've never seen before set up shop in the open and start fucking cooking food.
Let's get the whole Vardo over there.
You want to pull it over?
Just own it.
Yeah.
All right. Just before you do that, you see the guards come out of the tavern over here and look at you, and they start they take 2 steps to say, move your fucking carriage.
No. Allow me to intercept.
Okay.
Yeah. But I will just honestly.
Oh.
You tell me how much gold means sense to just whatever they want to do. That's fine.
They're cheap. They're really cheap here, which is probably why you have, set up shop here for the amount of time that you have.
Right.
A couple gold pieces usually gets them to walk away.
Okay. Yeah. Yes. Obviously, this will cover all taxes, tariffs.
Yeah.
A round of ales for the guardhouse.
Yeah. Oh, totally. Just don't block the road. Outside of that, keep it open. All right.
No road blocked.
Yeah.
No road.
Oh, fucking hey. Hey, guys, let's go get fucking drunk. Fuck this place. They're like, yeah. And then they chest bump each other like high school jocks. And they get all amped up and they get in and they're like, let's drink. And,
Yeah.
One of their chains and their chainmail gets hooked to the other one and they can't separate.
It's a little too real. It's a little too real.
For the 4 of you that never been outside the city, seeing these guards, even a couple days travel outside of Dalmellington, is sad. The armor is not what you've seen on every guard inside the city. It's like ragtagged. The weapons are cheap, and the attitude is quite poor. However, I wanted to tell you that because you guys would see the vulnerability in this outfit. You would notice.
It's my kind of place.
I'm just staring longingly at the smoke coming from the inn and the warm glow of the fire coming from the windows, but I am not moving from the Vardo either.
So I move over to the nearby tavern, and I want to see can I get a cask?
Go in and buy like a cask or a small barrel. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna follow the new guy.
All right. You follow the new guy. He goes in the building. Are you going in the building?
No, I get distracted on the bridge.
Okay.
Greetings is watching them like a hawk.
Nevish is very distracted on the bridge. Like he's just holding this one side. He's real into the one railing on the bridge. He tries the other railing, but it's not right. Feel it more on this one side.
How much beer do you want to get for these guys? Like enough for a night? Do you want to be impressive, or are you just trying to get enough?
No, I'm just trying to get enough.
Right.
I bet you.
You get like a half barrel, enough for like 6 or 7 pitchers for let's say 3 gold. And that's high. You can see the bartender trying to get you.
What's the quality of the beer here? I've heard it's pretty okay.
They have two. It's like Germany, light and dark.
Yeah, we're gonna go with the dark brown.
All right. Yeah, he'll try to get you to do 3. You know that's high. You've been here for a little bit. He says, "All right, one. We'll call it even. 1 goal. Come on.
Okay.
These guys keep stealing drinks off me. I need to get something here. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Help a brother out.
No, I appreciate your level of craftsmanship and professionalism.
That's all fucking great. Here, he takes like a burlap sack. He hands it to you. He's like, "Look, it's insulated. Now get the fuck out of here. All right, I got other people to do. I know you're not gonna spend your time in here." He's very very irritated.
That's great.
Very irritated.
You can see that Adio is, well, actually, probably nobody can see this because I left Abish clinging to the railing of the bridge there. But I'll collect him on the way back. I stagger under the weight of this sort of underwhelming cask and
bring it back.
Yep.
As you get back to where Regents has like the fire and the grill, grates, everything set up. Now it's almost like a full kitchen, and she has a shelf that has a bunch of different sized like pull-out drawers. Some are cabinets, and you can just see her like reaching in so fluidly and just grabbing things and throwing them into this pot like an art form, and with a confidence that is as intimidating as the look of all of the guys when she came out of the large carriage. She just has that kind of feel and confidence about her in this element. It is impressive, and I want to express that because she's played into Cook since day one, and I fucking love that shit.
I am obviously very impressed, but trying to play it cool. I slap a large black disc on the ground next to me and begin pulling out Adirondack chairs and setting them around in a circle, and a little table to throw the cask on so that we can actually sit like civilized people.
Daxton's like sitting on the ground, like just whittling, and as this happens, he just stops mid whittle and just like,
you know that bread,
oh,
the bread that you've been eating since you took it from that lady. You take another bite, and you had a little bit left, and the like back third of it, like the last end, is gone. And you look around, and you can see 2 little kids running across the street, splitting the bread off, and hiding past a dark alley. I rolled a natural 20 for their stealth check, so yeah, you like go to take another bite while you're whittling or whatever. You bring the ale, you tap it, metal tap with a wooden handle.
So I pull out a series of cheap clay mugs and set them all to glowing in different colors. Each person gets a different glowing color, so they always know where their drink is and don't mix it up with anybody else's.
I want blue.
Okay, you get blue.
Here, say green. Right here. Blue, are you making defined colors for everybody else?
Yes, everybody gets a different color. I think I can do 5, right? Yes. I can do 5.
Can I have all of you roll a perception check? All of you.
Perception check.
15.
15?
Not any better. 14.
14?
18.
8.
8?
Regions don't
I'm
see.
intent on this
I'm
bucket.
inspecting the bridge again.
Alright.
I rolled a natural one.
18.
18 and 15. Dex, as you're like whittling, trying to like get comfortable, you feel like someone's watching you. And you keep thinking about that encounter that you had like 20 minutes ago and just letting those guys go away. And it probably at the same time, both of you look back to that house and you can see at one point on the second floor, there's like 2 wooden, I don't know what they're called, fuck. I'm a carpenter, and I, like shutters, like solid shutters on the second floor, and both of you notice, like, one of them open, like, about halfway, and 2 guys that are familiar just looking out, and then as soon as both of your heads turn up that way, they close the door very, very poorly. So you notice them.
Greybor, do you think we should have Nevish invite one of them to come sit by the fire, have some ale, see what they are willing to talk about? Nevish could reach out.
I can't look over at Nevish, who's completely out of it, molesting the hell out of that bridge.
But you can now find me pretty easily. I've got a blue glow
Mug.
Can't look at Daxton. I'll pull out a coin. Heads or tails? Who do you reckon should deal with it? Me or you? Heads or tails?
Deal with what?
Go up and talk to him.
Heads.
I'll go tails and I guess I'll flip a coin, which
Roll
I
D6.
guess
Three and
roll
four.
D6.
Yeah.
Odds and evens. So
Odds are heads. Evens are tails.
So, noticing that everybody is focusing on something over there, the absent-minded professor sort of looks over and is like, well, as forgiving as one can be when one gets to this age, I don't think I have any desire to encounter those individuals again, socially or otherwise.
Well, that sucks. And I scribble a quick note on a hammer. I pull out a hammer from my adventurer's bag, scribble a quick note, tie it with some twine under the hammer, and the note just says, like, one of you fuckfaces come down and drink with us, and I just throw the hammer through the shutters.
Make an attack roll, please.
I'll laugh if he fucking fails this.
What would it be, an unarmed strike? Or
Ranged attack, but I'm gonna say if you set yourself up with this, I'm gonna give you advantage on this. I just want to see what the hammer actually does.
Alright, I'll roll the second one with the cross. What the hell did I roll? So with the ranged attack with the crossbow modifier is 21.
Yeah, that's fine, dude. Exit
Alright.
walks over
With
here.
the unarmed strike, it would have been 15. Just throwing a hammer through the shutters.
Splits like 3 of the boards on one of the sides, and you hear one very unusually high-pitched squeal, probably from the guy that you guys intimidated, as you recognize the tone of the squeal. You know, you heard him talk to you, and they look out the window at you, you know, peeking out right through here.
I just like wave. I'm just like, one, come down.
Hey, what the fuck are you doing throwing hammers?
We're gonna need an extra plate, ingredients. We're gonna have a guest.
What the fuck?
For about 30 seconds, you hear all 3 of them say, "No, fuck that, dude. It's you. You gotta no, I'm not." It's like a chaos of no one wants to step up. Finally, the guy that Greyboar and Daxton intimidated says, "All right, fine, I'll do it. They said they wouldn't kill me. Guys, be safe. Be on the lookout." You know, hops down, walks down the stairs.
I don't want this to make you feel uncomfortable, Theo, but we're just going to get some information. If they try to embarrass you at all, we'll break their heads. Let's
Okay. Walks over to you guys cautiously, very interesting. And what's everybody's passive perceptions?
So terrible. 11.
11. All right. So you don't see anything, Greyboar.
13.
14.
20.
20.
My passive.
15.
Can you guys all mute your head, your buds? I want to talk to Greyboar for 1 second.
Deafen. Where is Deafen? User settings. Oh, God.
I'm trying to find it. I'm sorry.
It should be right next to the mute button.
You're good.
I don't have it. Oh. Nope. That's not it.
You can't even meta because you weren't here during the initial reaction. You know, the initial encounter. So, Greyboar, as this guy walks over to you, you pick up him looking at the guy that was getting beat up. And it's not like anger. It's like a look of, what should I do? What should I say? Like kind of confused and know he probably shouldn't be in this situation, but you guys have now forced him in there, and he keeps trying to make eye contact with your new acquaintance. That's it. You can come back.
I'm back.
You're back. Good. No one's looking at us. They're probably all on like a web page, another web page. You're like, all right, I'm fucking.
No. We're back.
All right.
Except Todd.
So he comes over. He is extremely tentative of all of you. Like. Listen. The main guy, he's up there. He doesn't want to come out. They sent me. All right. I don't want trouble. I'm sorry. You guys are scary as fuck. Oh my god, man. That shit you did was impressive. I gotta say, we don't get many like you around these parts. Fuck.
Clearly.
Yeah. Well, I mean, no. Usually the people that are intimidating, they just stroll right through here. No one stops here unless they're selling something. Yeah. Looks around. like the streets are literally, they have like probably 20 empty like little market stalls, like 6x2 wooden platforms that anybody can pull up to and put out their goods and sell from wherever they are. But
What is your name?
Al. I'm Al.
Al.
Yeah.
It's a great name. It's a strong name, Al.
Thank you. Thank you.
Could you stop?
What? What? Oh my!
Come on, come on.
Oh. He looks at Regents for. I don't think I've seen a more diverse group in my life.
I take it you've never been to the city then?
The city? What city? Delmellington? Yeah, once in a while. It's too crowded.
Well, my friend, variety is the spice of life. But I must tell you, Al, the first thing that must happen before you sit around our fire and share our drink is you must apologize to our friend Atio for trying to splatter his brains in the street.
Oh, I didn't actually do any splattering. I was the lookout.
Hey! Apologize. I don't give a fuck about your excuses. He said say sorry, you say sorry.
I'm sorry. I'm very, very sorry. Very, 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 very sorry. I'm
Nearly.
Right. Well, now that that's over, take off your boots. Your boots.
gonna find a rock to sit on and start taking his boots off. They're like ripped at the toes. You know, you see like wool socks sticking through them.
Give them to Atio.
I don't think I want
He's just gobsmacked.
Say thank you, Atio. The man just gave you his boots. Now this is great. Now we are all friends. Now let's drink. And now please tell us why you were trying to brain our friend here while we share now. And you can wink twice if we're in danger of being murdered right now. That would also go a long way towards ingratiating yourself.
I obviously underestimated the amount of ale that is needed at this circle. Gravely underestimated.
Jackson, roll me a persuasion check, please. If that's what you're going for, you're trying to get information out of him.
21.
Fuck's
He looks at Atio, and like you see his head kind of sink a little bit in shame. You're paid to do a job. That's it. It's that simple. We were paid to mug this man. Why? I don't know. I don't get told those details. Like, you know that look that like from a person where they lift their chin up a little bit and they try not to make eye contact with the thing that
Sparks.
It doesn't say anything, and like from his
detect
side,
thoughts on him.
detect thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, initial thoughts are I should not have been the one down here. So bad. This is scary. Please don't poop. I gotta pee. They probably won't let me go to the bathroom. And you just see like his left hand point towards Ateu. Like very, very like he doesn't want to give this, but you guys, you're You're more intimidating than anything he's seen. And he points towards Atio. Sorry, eh? He says to you, Atio. He paid us. He literally paid us to beat them up. Actually,
Turns the spoon to Ateo.
he'll lean into Daxton because you've intimidated and established a rapport. He goes, we're actually staying in his place right over there. That's his place. He's
What the double fuck?
I've already got one more Warhammers with me. I'll say put it down. I'll summon my second one.
And then I look at Ateo, and I'm sure you're irritated with the outcome of this. He's just gonna look at you and be like, oh, fuck. I'm sorry. I fucking fucked it up again. God damn it. It's just like the
I want to hand him a silver piece, and I'm gonna say, go buy yourself some new boots. I'm pissed off.
Yeah, sure.
Hey!
What?
And Regents hands him a gold and goes, that's not gonna buy you nice boots here.
Where do you come from where you have to spend a gold for boots? Not that I'm complaining, I will gladly...
I said good boots. Sir.
This man's gonna be walking around in rags and like brand new boots.
I believe you're referring to the kind that get you very far from here.
Oh! And then he turns around, like back steps around you guys, you know?
Bye!
And then he books to the house that's 15 feet away. Runs upstairs. Greymore, with your passive perception, you can hear them having a conversation, and it's not all good, and it's comical at the same time.
I'll just ignore that and just turn to our new friend here. So, anything to say for yourself?
Other than bringing wanted criminals with accusations into the group. Atio, during the entirety of this, has shown no concern.
Inside check.
Yeah, go for it.
How about
I rolled shitty. 11.
I'm just gonna say, I don't care what his insight or his deception or persuasion is on these. He's 100-year-old elf. He has probably perfected the whole mantra, so it would be extremely challenging to read said elf. But a 4, and what'd you get?
I got a 11, I believe.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, he's tough as nails. Tough as nails. And a different kind of toughness for you guys. You're used to dealing with physical strength or challenges that stand in front of you. This is an old elf that is just staring you in the eyes confidently. You know, right? I'm not putting too many words.
To answer Daxton's question, you can see a blue glow over near the bridge.
Do you have a link with anyone?
Gotcha.
Hey,
Yes.
you, new guy.
Sorry.
You know, I get your whole somber, stone face bullshit, but as easily as everybody was able to save you from your little mugging, we could just as easily make this, like, real unpleasant for you. If you don't loosen your lips like yesterday. Capiche?
Roll me an intimidation. Regis, please.
I am never going fishing again.
That would be a 29, sir.
Caught the biggest.
She means
29.
like the way this is coming at you is sincere. Very.
I am not yet hearing a question.
Oh, the question was what the fuck?
Right. Right. That's,
Actually, I think it turned into a what the double fuck.
yes. I heard what the double fuck. So what?
I'm gonna take a couple rounds to slip off, and I'll be right back. I have to water the lilies. I'm gonna walk over and find Nevish. Let him know.
What's your passive perception, Daxton?
11.
Right, you don't even notice him take off. Like, you go to turn around, and you don't see Nevish.
Oh, I don't even know he's at the bridge. Okay.
You saw him at the bridge, but by this time in this conversation, he has,
Oh, he's gone. Okay.
He's gone.
Okay.
The glowing mug is still on the bridge.
Oh, so I would walk over and find the mug and be like, oh. And then come back to the group. So I'll be gone a couple rounds while you guys are conversing.
Okay. You are asking what this.
All right, Mr. Scholar, let me make this plain as day for you. Why would you pay a bunch of dudes to beat you up?
The short answer is I have not paid a bunch of dudes to beat me up. That someone who appears like me may have paid these dudes to accost me.
Are you saying there's two of you?
No, I'm not saying that at all. I'm saying that in my experience that things rather they don't often actually appear as they're first perceived. I have a mandate to make contact with your group, which was made easier by this situation, but this was by no means within my control.
Why?
I think you can probably imagine why.
No. Why were you mandated to make contact with us?
Because the prince wills it.
Why the fuck didn't you just say that?
About this time, I walked back into camp with Nevish's blue mug, and then
So what does His Highness want, then? Huh? Not the first monarch we've dealt with, I'm sure.
The monarch's wants are not within my purview. Simply that I should be present.
Oh, I'm sorry, did they send us a babysitter?
I don't see any babies.
She takes a long look around, and I think that's probably when Regis would notice that Nevish is no longer on the bridge.
Yeah, you notice Nevish is no longer in the bridge, and you've been having this conversation with Atiyu for almost to the point where you're burning your food. Like you start to smell the onions and the
Motherfucker!
herbs like burning.
And she heads back over and she starts dumping in a couple of different herbs and things to level it out and starts stirring it again and goes, "Oh, for fuck's sakes, can somebody go find that idiot?"
I'm on it.
Not you. No, Grandma, that's fine. Yes, you, new guy. You sit your ass right there, you don't fucking move.
As you say that, I kind of just start drawing a circle on the table and summon my familiar, a crow, and just have him fly off.
Alright.
I will set the Nevish's mug down, mine mug down, and be like, and I'll just look at Atio and be like, I think in moments like this, it's best if we drink this entire cask of ale. This is the best course forward.
I had sort of assumed that was going to happen regardless of.
Well, while the others are gone, let's make some work of it. Sit there and drink. And I'll babysit the babysitter.
Fucking Prince.
Yeah. Listen, stop the game for a half a second. You just found out that the prince sent someone watching you, which I guess would be, on one end, a little understanding, and on the other end, very, very irritating, because you're a thieves group.
Oh.
You're a group of, you heist. You do not like people snooping like that, you know, and I just want to make sure everybody grabs that and pulls it in.
Cregence is annoyed, but she isn't intimidated.
What's Cregence cooking tonight? I want to smell it.
Oh, stewed curry beef. She's using some more exotic flavors. She pulled some sweet onions from over by the river there and some wild garlic and kind of just like threw all of that in. There's some carrots nearby, I'm sure, that would have been fairly easily accessible. Those all went in there. And she definitely has like the ginger and the curry leaves and everything like that, but it's getting spicy. And she's got a second pot going with some rice.
Okay. Perfect. I like it. What are the rest of you doing? How long does it take to summon your familiar? Is it an action or a minute? I can't remember.
It's a minute.
It's a minute. So.
While Greyboar's doing that, I might ask him to find my hammer too. The familiar. Nevish or the hammer. Either or.
If you have to summon the familiar back from like it died and then you have to bring it back for like this round, it's an hour.
I don't think it ever died. I just haven't ever summoned it back in Avelot forever.
Yeah.
I think you can just pop it out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pop it up.
So I mean, like, it takes a minute to like summon them from like not, but then it takes an hour to like fully summon them from the Feywild.
And
We have
Atio and Carver's Cregence is cooking. Atio, you're having a sip in one of the Adirondack chairs you pulled out.
Yeah, and I look around and sort of re-establish. So, tell you what questions you want to ask, I will answer. And I would like to ask some questions in return. You do not have to answer those.
We're gonna freeze frame this conversation and go to Nevish. You
Texting you here in your head. It's me. Do you have any thieves' tools on you?
Yeah. Yes.
In that barrel.
Sure. All right. I'm like talking into my mug. I'm like, wait.
I think the way my
glowing mouth that
you can respond telepathically. I prefer that he does.
Yeah, but I'm just like covering in case I like mouth it.
Yeah.
Make your way across the bridge. Be sneaky.
Right there.
You got a brown mug to be sneaky.
I've got to go to the bathroom again.
How long are your boots of haste active for? It's just like a minute, right?
I turned them off. They were active for like one round. It was like
Okay.
6 seconds. Yeah. So I throw up the hood on my cloak, and well, I say I'm gonna go take a leak, and then as soon as I'm in the shadow a little bit, I throw up the hood on my cloak, and I attempt to sneak across the bridge.
All right. Roll a stealth check. I don't know if I ever told you this, but the Golden Circle cloaks are elvish cloaks of elvish kind. So they give you bonuses to sneaking. As
I love that they're both like flowery and golden. You know,
Yeah.
like
well, the back of
and also
43.
I did want to say when you were describing your cloak, in the back of the Golden Circle cloak, there is a leafed circle with a lion, like rawr, in the middle of
It
it.
took me by surprise when Greybore said that, because I was looking at what's in my inventory before, and I just have it as Cloak of Elven kind,
Okay.
and described as Cloak of Elven Circle. So so 23.
23. Easy
Yeah.
enough. You can slip away, saying you're going to the bathroom, and then
I rolled the wrong die. Actually, it's 28.
with your height, it's super easy for you to duck down along the stone railings that the bridge has, and slip past your group. You maneuver around. As you go around the tavern, it sounds like a bunch of frat bros are fighting in there, which is kind of interesting to you, but at the same time, you maneuver around.
I just keep saying warmer, warmer, colder, warmer, 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 hot.
And you find Nevish about 25 feet kitty corner from the back corner of this tavern in a little wooded section, and he has dug and pushed leaves and sand around, and he has this small chest with a clasp on it and a lock.
Okay. I'm just giddy because I've been drinking the ale, and I'm like, oh. So I pull out my tools and I like look around real quick. I'm like, all right, we doing this?
Yeah.
All right.
It's probably faster if you do it.
All right. So yeah, I'll go ahead and pick the lock.
All right.
Next time
Roll.
I'll try it.
Are you proficient in thieves' tools?
I am.
So dexterity, D20 plus dexterity plus proficiency.
So dexterity, using my dexterity mod, right?
Yep.
Dex
Yeah.
mod plus proficiency.
Ooh.
So just do like a dex check.
Yeah, it's 18 on
And
die.
Ooh.
18 on die for 23 because I have +5 modifier, and then my proficiency is another 5, so 28.
You pull out your thieves' tools. You grab the two. You look at the small lock. You grab the two smallest ones. One at an angle, one straight in. You push the one that was straight in up as it fully enters the lock, and you pull it back, and you hit all of the little tumblers in sequence, and you just pull the lock, and it pops. You pull it out. You open the chest. In the chest.
I turned to Nevish and said, I love that sound.
Yes.
Me too.
You find a light tan leather bag that isn't fully closed at the top. You can see gold pieces in it. And then next to it, you see a smaller, like, square almost. Probably 1 by 2 by 1 little rectangle that's wrapped in parchment. And it has, like, leather strands, like, holding the parchment tight to it.
Perfect.
I just look over to him. I'm like, "How are we splitting this? What do I get?"
All right. Yeah, I'll take this, and you take the leather bag.
Oh, okay. Should I tell the others about this?
I mean, nah, probably not. I mean, this is just
Okay.
a little drop. I wouldn't worry about it.
You know, I'll stop and get some more booze. That'll make it nice.
Oh, that'll be perfect. Yes. Speaking of which, we better get back to the old...
Oh yeah. We bury this thing.
I mean, yeah.
You're gonna lock it back up and put it down in the hole? And... All right.
Yeah. Back up with you.
Roll me a d20.
Who? Jeff?
Whoever, actually, if you are aiding each other, you both can roll survival, we'll say. As you, like, try to cover it up and make it not look like anybody has touched it. Because, you know, you guys are smart. 10?
23 here.
23, yeah. Daxton, you put it in the hole and you just start, like, piling, like, nervously trying to get out. And as Daxton leaves Nevish, you, like, just go back and make it look like no one has seen it.
I'm also thinking, and I suspect Graymore is as well, that his familiar spots us around now, right?
Perception with your familiar at disadvantage because they are under tree cover.
Where is... Oh, that's what I named him Russell Crowe.
I remember that now.
That's fucking great.
Yeah.
I remember that now as well. I'm so glad.
So out of a plus 3 to his perception. So a d20, roll 2, take the lowest. You don't see shit. The lowest was a 3, then plus 3, 4, 6.
As you're looking through your familiar flying around, what you do see is Daxton, like, cut out from one part of the road and start heading into the tavern. Because you said you were going to buy more ale, right?
Yeah, I'm taking that little pouch and I'm like stuffing it in, and I'm gonna go buy some more drinks.
Perfect.
And go.
Are you looking
I
at...
don't need to RP that if you don't want to, but
Are you looking in the pouch?
oh yeah, I'll do a quick little, see what we got.
125 gold pieces at a quick glance. Could be plus or minus.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the score we're gonna get in that bar.
So, freeze frame as you guys are working your way back into the scene. Graybor, I will get your name eventually. Atio and Gregents. You were having the ultimate stare down, I believe, right? Asking the question. So, ask it again, and we'll start from there.
So, why exactly does the prince feel he needs to keep an eye on us? We're a wandering band of misfits.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's my food, isn't it?
Must be.
Well,
It's gotta be the food.
Judging by the smells that are wafting in my direction, that could certainly be one interpretation.
Don't
Another,
sweet talk me. What is it?
Another interpretation could be your recent hijinks or goods of value that may or may not have made their way through your hands in the recent months.
So he's not worried about his steward at all.
Not that I have been informed.
Yes. Well played. You get inspiration, Eric.
Thank you.
So he's... Sorry, guys. It's real smoky here. My lungs are not having it.
Yeah.
So, the prince thinks that there's some sort of exchange of goods happening here between our hands and someone else's.
I am uncertain as to whether it is a current or a past exchange of goods that has made you come under scrutiny.
Not aware of any exchanging of goods except for like the food items that come in and out of our tavern.
Okay.
I think that's untrue, but
I don't know if the nobodies ever really explained what happened on the last heist to Gregent, because Gregent was not a part of the last heist, and I'm playing heavily into that last heist because you guys fucked up and you didn't do what you should have done. So,
Yeah, that's a good point.
So, I mean, I might also be being questioned by the wrong person in the party to actually get this. But at the same
Unfortunately,
time,
I'm the charisma character.
Yeah, and I want to say this because the other people that are slowly, getting back into the scene as you release your eyes from your familiar and Nevish and Daxton, like, come back with another half barrel of Al, and you hear the questioning going on. Regents was not a part of that Solnegga job at all. So,
Well, my friend, obviously, seeing as you have been sent by the prince, obviously he's probably informed you of us. Now, you see, there's a little thing we like to have called clientele privacy. That's the reason why we are so sought after and good at what we do. So, if you're wondering about previous clients, can't help you.
okay. The value of previous clients' information is not relevant to me. Most likely, I've been sent out here to watch your next moves. If I had to take a guess, which has not been very transparent to me.
You know what this all sounds to me? Sounds like the prince sent you with us to get rid of a loose end. He sent you out here, not truthfully telling you what to look out for, who to look out for, what to look out for, apart from some vague sayings.
And I might be, makes little matter to me. The prince is a
Prince.
He may not have the qualities necessary to rule, but he certainly surrounds himself with the people who it would be necessary to make his rule more palatable. Let's say that.
Interesting.
I will officially apologize for having interfered in your affairs. That was not actually my intent, other than to just get an idea of who you are, who you might be. It is most agreeable to have met your acquaintance.
Sure. And Regents dishes him up a whole bunch of the curry and opens up one of the little like flaps that has one of the spice bottles and just kind of like grabs a pinch of the spice and then sprinkles it on top and then recorks, hands it to him and goes, "That's all you need to know about me."
That was wildly suggested.
Am I getting poisoned here? That is not something I'm saying out loud. That is, I do have proficiency with a poisoner's kit.
What's the poisoner's kit stat die?
You take out a poisoner's kit and Regents is gonna be pissed.
You know what? So I do want to do this. Insight check for everybody. You can make an insight check on the food, all right, and see if you trust it, if it looks familiar, all right. I want all of.
It smells fucking amazing, and I'm really into the idea of eating this. But
I think what's amazing is she burnt it almost at one point in time when she was involved in the conversation, and the fact that she regrouped and made this into what looks like a good deal. Good. Insight checks.
I don't salvage shit when I fucking burn it. All right. That's a 17.
17.
Yeah.
Is it? Are you trying to poison him, or just make it really, really fucking spicy?
No, it's just extremely fucking spicy.
Oh, okay. I can totally deal with spicy. It'll just be awful tomorrow morning. I like spicy stuff. I just pay for it the next day.
What was the rest of your insights? Or you
I
can
got
use
a
your
dirty
passive
20.
if it's higher. So I'll give you that. You said 20, Todd or Daxton?
Passive or rolled?
Either.
Passive 11, rolled is a 9 or a, because I have advantage, a 5. Yeah, so terrible.
Nevish,
11 is passive.
Nevish, your insight?
20, rolled or passive.
Regent?
17.
I mean, Daxton's a little preoccupied getting the tap and the new ale barrel and setting it up on a thing and dealing with some of the locals that are now coming over, seeing this huge fire pit and cooking and these eclectic group of...
Smelling the wonderful smells that are permeating over the square.
Between a hobgoblin and a verdin and pal-ass Calistar, it's like they're intrigued and reserved. So it's like every 15 minutes they move like 10 or 15 feet closer to the situation, and they're like moving around the gazebo. They're not just beelining like rock stars, but they're super interested yet cautious of you. But the three of you outside of Daxton, from Attila, you do see a capable individual. This is not just some rich commoner that's trying to make moves or buy his way into the king's.
Oh.
I would say that while we're doing this,
He's back.
Oh,
that's my stalling.
did we get him back?
Yeah, we're back.
Would actually try to take some of the wood that has been gathered and make a bunch more cups out of it. Actually fabricating a whole bunch of cups and start pouring more ale to go out to the people who are sort of hanging around the edge.
Blue
Yeah.
is my color, though. I'm calling blue. Don't give out blue to anyone else.
Right. And I'll sort of whisper an aside. So y'all know, your cups will, the lights will go out if there's any poison in them.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's pretty nasty.
And I will, continue handing out mugs of ale, and I'm going to use this opportunity to sort of disappear in the crowd.
Make a stealth check with advantage.
Uh, 23. Oh, no, that's a nat 20 on stealth, so a 27.
You can fade away how you choose.
Okay. I thoroughly enjoy the bowl of curry and rice that has been handed to me. I'm only a little bit in distress. Like, you can sort of see the beads of sweat running down my forehead, but this is obviously going to be very painful later.
If I see
Go
those,
into a burning ring of fire.
if I see those kids, I make sure I wave them over the fire and give them some food and drink, and then maybe plant the seed of recruiting them into my.
Oh yeah, totally.
I mean,
Over the
You
night.
got your little birds.
Yeah, my little birds. Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
Hey,
What it
Andy.
is.
yeah.
No audio on the stream.
I don't know why. It
Yeah, I had
should
a
be,
viewer tell me.
should be good. Let's see here. But I think with that, we will go ahead and close tonight's session.
Yeah.
I'm good. My voice is killing me.
And don't forget to like and subscribe. And yeah, check us out. Tuesdays, Diaries. Next Saturday is Dorithian Divide. and we will be back with Chaos Chronicles 2 weeks from tonight.
Like, subscribe,